1 second. Which one of you wants to? Okay.
Thanks,
Senator. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. You know, everywhere on the campaign trail, all across the state, all across this nation, you've passed me and other one members the microphone to talk about, you know, recent U.S. efforts to save lives in the poorest nations on earth, Africa.
Could you do me a favor, for the benefit of the people here, describe your organization and the voluntary aspect of it? I think they'd like to know.
Yeah, the One Campaign is a new organization. We're an advocacy group of over 2.4 million Americans that want our leaders to do all we can to save lives in the poorest nations on earth. We have Republicans, Democrats, a heck of a lot of independents. We got Marines like Michael. We have evangelicals, people of faith that go from the pews and do service work, just like you said, have been to Africa, have been on the ground to know where the U.S. has been saving lives. But you know what? My talk is cheap here. We're really looking to see what you think. And that's why, as your first speech, as a presumptive candidate, your first foreign policy speech, you said you're going to eradicate deaths from malaria. That's an amazing thing. Over 1 million people die in the world from death from a mosquito bite. Thank you very, very much for that commitment. And even,
Thank you.
And even going further, in fighting AIDS, this new global AIDS bill in the Senate, PEPFAR, it's a responsible program. Senator Sununu is helping to champion that, help save lives all around the world. Yes. We're working for extraordinary leadership to help save lives. So we wanted to urge you to pass that in the Senate.
I will do it. Is it 2.4 million volunteers?
2.4 million Americans. You've seen them all across this nation. Yeah. Again, liberal Democrats, conservative Republicans, all coming together and say, hey, if we, as Americans, can do that, we're going to.
And there was one individual that was a great inspiration, and his name is Bono.
Oh, well, you know, Bono's a cool guy, but it's the good people in the Senate and the House, and people like you, people like Senator Sununu that are doing the real work that shows who we are as a nation. Very, very proud of us, Americans, in kind of what we're doing to help save lives.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
By the way, I'd like to say I think President Bush and Laura Bush deserve a lot of credit for their effort, the eradication of HIV/AIDS in this nation. And I thank them for it. Thank you. I will do what I can to unstick that bill, and I do agree with you. Senator Sununu has been a tremendous champion on this issue, and I appreciate it very much.
And thanks for helping. Thanks for the Farm Bill reform. Let the poorest trade their way out of poverty. Amen.
Thank you. And in response to that, let me just say, my friends, how do you vote against a quote farm bill? I voted against it. I'm against it, and I voted against them in the past. We're paying people that have huge amounts of money in agribusinesses. And that bill was $15 million for asparagus. Now, I'm not saying any comments about asparagus, don't get me wrong. $93 million in tax breaks for thoroughbred horse race owners. My friends, when people are struggling to keep their home and people are losing their jobs, we're spending this kind of money, including massive subsidies for ethanol that destroys the market. We got to start saying no. And my friends, there are going to be times when I'm president where I'm going to say no and you're not going to like it. But we've got to say no. And we've got to get our fiscal house in order for the next generation of young